All right, here we go. Let's get a little. I had something a little special teed up. All right,
Yeah,
so let's get this.
something special.
Yes, we are back. Preseason testing, PRL. That stands for Performance Racing League. It is Yuppie and Share Shaft in the commentary booth. We are back, season 3. And we are at preseason testing in France. We're excited. This is the premier tier race at the new time slot of noon. I'm very excited. What about you?
I am so excited to be back. I'm so excited with the new game, with our new roster, with some promotions. It's setting itself up to be an awesome year.
No, the new game. I personally like it more than the 2020. I like the new damage model. I like the new My Team, the new
Yeah.
Breaking Point. All of it's, I think, solid additions. But here we are with the sweaty league racing season underway.
Yeah, you can say that again, especially in this tier. The standard's so high that you kind of need that little bit of sweat to get you over the line.
Yep. So we are in quali. PRL seasons have 18-minute quali and 50% races. So we're on board with Bronco as he is on his hot lap. DRS wide open and the new Haas livery for 2021 looking good. As we see FRL Charlie at the top there setting the fastest lap. Easy to do since it's the only lap at the moment at 129.9. Solid lap, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've got a few guys on the medium tyres. Interesting to see whether they try and stick with that come the start of the race, or whether we end up seeing a full grid on soft qualifying tyres. It can give you a benefit in terms of race strategy, but I feel like it's a lot of pace deficit to make up.
Yeah, I was looking into it right before I got in the booth, and the soft tires, you can extend them more than you would think. I think tire wear in general in 2021 is less than what it was in 2020, but what I saw was that could potentially be seeing a two-stopper for those that start on softs to either a soft, medium, soft run or a soft, soft, medium run. Or you could try to extend those softs and pit maybe lap 9 or 10 and go on the hard tire for one stop, which I think is a winning strategy. I think the
I
early
think,
pit.
yeah, any chance to do a one stop over a two stop, I feel like with a 50% race, it's usually the best option. I feel like a two stop is not. There's not enough race distance to make it work,
Right.
especially at this level, this sort of tier. So yeah, any opportunity I think for these guys. I mean, I haven't had a look at the race strategy myself, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of people try a soft medium maybe, if they can really make out.
I would be thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly impressed if they
Well,
can make the mediums extend that long. But who knows? With safety
well,
car, you know, got.
yeah. Here you go then. It's a challenge. If there's any Premier Tier drivers listening to this in the background right now, that's your challenge.
There you go.
Your challenge is to finish a soft medium today. Even if you come 17th, you will get my driver of the day if you get a soft medium run. I'm making that claim early.
There you go. And that includes dinner on Sheriff Shaft, just so everyone's aware. So
Yep. I will send you the money
you
for
have
your
that
dinner
to
this
look
evening.
forward to. No, in-person dinner with Sheriff Shaft. In
Oh, in
person.
person.
Yeah, kind of like a date. So
Oh, I see.
you have that to look forward to. We've got a couple of Tier 2 and Premier drivers in the chat. Shep, what's going on? Thanks for letting us hop in the booth today. Callie Rob. He said, "Oof, yeah, this comm booth too hot." I know, we're just too hot. Suzuki, what's up, man? How you doing? What I love about starting a new season is everyone basically starting on the same page. So those
Mm,
that were quickest in season two might not be as quick in season three. So everything's up for
yeah.
grabs.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with this game, a lot of people have been commenting that they felt the driving mechanics in this game are a lot different from F1 2020. So there's, people having to relearn lots of things. A lot of, for example, the curbs quite infamously are being
Yep.
popularized at the moment for causing a lot of spin. So people are really having to understand how they drive, having to get to grips with the new game, and as you say, in a whole new division with new drivers, it's could not be more of a clean slate for these guys.
Yeah, and as we watch Boaz enter Sector 3, as he's about to start his first hot lap, we're going to ride on board with him. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think the curbs, I personally like the changes to them. I think 2021 we almost abused the amount of curbs that we could take, and quite frankly the track limits. Even though our league is set on
Yeah.
strict, um, I think it's much better racing experience.
I think it's going to be a while for people to get used to it. I imagine we're going to see maybe a few more spins than normal for the first few races whilst people kind of adjust to a new driving line. But no, I think you're right. Any opportunity to kind of keep people more honest, I think keeps it more of a level playing field. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people adapt.
Yeah, for sure. As we're riding on board with Boaz, I thought we were going to catch it. It looks like Tone may have had a moment. He DNF'd out of quali. Like I said, pre-race jitters. Got a preseason test race underway. Uh, Maybe a few drivers have a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah, a few of these drivers, it's their first kind of race with PRL as a kind of permanent driver. So yeah, it's probably going to be a bit of nerves. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is pre-season, so just getting some laps under your belt, getting comfortable with the format, with the rules, as you say, things like the new damage model coming into play here. I think this is just a great opportunity to kind of get comfortable, get sorted, get ready for week one next week.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna have mistakes, make them here. That's what it's for. Just getting your toes wet and getting ready for the full season. As we hopped off Boaz, he invalidated his lap. He's going to have to go in and pit, set some new boots on, and come back out. We're on board with T Widow as he's on his second hot lap. Banker lap at a 129.7. Fairly competitive lap. As we see Sign Zap on provisional pole at 28.1.
I'm excited for T Widow. He did brilliantly in Tier 1, got promoted from last season. He's been absolutely killing it for ages, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he cuts his teeth in Premier Tier. He's definitely got the pace, he's definitely got the ability, and really hoping for a good season for him so he can show everyone what he's got at this level.
Yeah, for sure. He did invalidate the slab. I hope he's not impeding Steinmine behind him. Can't tell. Steinmine is on a hot lap, it appears. Not too much impediment, but maybe some dirty air, but...
Steinmann's still on those mediums. He's really trying to make him stick with a good lap.
Does improve slightly, P7.
I think another big interesting thing in this race, talking about kind of curbs and people getting used to a new driving line, France is usually one of those tracks where you get a lot of penalties, time penalties, track infringements, and particularly turn 1 and 2, really common spot for people to go off track. So it will be interesting to see whether people's adaptations cause more kind of penalties, maybe less, kind of a similar. Come the end of the race, I think that's going to have a big part to play in the finishing results today.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Grax in the chat cheering on the AlphaTauri boys. He's asking for predictions. To be honest, Grack, I have no idea. Like we've been saying, I think it's anyone's race. Stein's app looking very quick. You can see he's 4/10 quicker than the rest of the fields. Well, much quicker than the rest of the field. 4/10 quicker than P2, so a lot of pace there. Looks like wonder if anyone can tell me in chat what the race weather will be like.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
France, I feel like it's a decent percentage chance of having rain.
Yeah, looks pretty decent weather at the moment for qualifying, but you're right. Somewhere like France, there's always a chance. Oh,
yeah. Bradley
right.
in the chat saying race is dry, so I think that'll be good. You want to have a dry race preseason test so you can really see everyone's ability, their pace, their racecraft.
Yes. Just whilst we were talking there, the current day is just taken pole position, interestingly. 128.1. Current day is a reserve, I believe. He's not a...
I was just checking that.
Timer, but yeah, but a great showing so far. Also, interestingly, Base has put in that 128.5 is on the mediums. He is currently set as it stands to start in third place on the mediums, which would be incredible for his race strategy. He can easily do a one stop starting on the mediums. So,
oh yeah,
be
you know,
great.
Team Mike as well. He set himself up nicely. 128.7 on the mediums. That's really
no. So his 128.7's on the softs.
Oh, he's coming out on the medium.
Fitted.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Good catch. I see that now. Zero laps on the mediums. That makes a lot more sense. Yes, got a few gyres. Mandrill's coming out on the mediums. Yeah, Steinmein's going back into the pits and putting on the sops. Looks like he's going to try to improve.
Yeah, currently it's Base in third, Steinmein in eighth, and Mandrill. It's not Mandrill, sorry, Bradley in 10th. Those are the three currently on mediums in the top 10. You'd imagine Steinmein, as you said, is on the softs, and Bradley's probably going to put on the softs for a better lap. It's realistically, if we're going to see anyone starting on the mediums today, it's going to be Base.
Yep. As everybody is in the pits, I think, except for Tambar. He's headed into the pits now. Everybody's going to put on the new tires, go out for one more lap. Rusty, what happened to Tone? We didn't catch it on stream, but I was looking at the map, and it looks like entering turn 2, perhaps right before the DRS straight, he may have had a moment, went off track, and DNF'd. That's what I think happened. I don't know for sure. All right, everybody's coming back out. One final lap before we get underway here.
Got another prediction for you, Uppy. I've read a lot of things, people saying that safety cars feel like they're more common. Early shout before we get into the race. how many safety cars slash virtual safety cars do you reckon we're getting today?
Yeah, that's a good point. I've done a few races, and it does feel like safety cars are more common. I think it's a function of yes, they might be more common, and two, it's a new game. Like everybody's making more mistakes than they would have in
Everybody's
2020.
full sending it, yeah.
So, it's hard to tell right now. But prediction, I'm gonna say three. Three safety
Three.
cars. I'm gonna say three safety cars, two safety cars and one VSC.
Wow.
That's what I'm gonna
Bold,
say.
bold prediction.
Yeah, I think. Look, I'd love to be wrong, but safety cars also spice it up a little bit. So we will see.
I'm gonna go for a bold prediction of we're gonna get one safety car, and it's gonna be lap one after a massive chaotic mess of turn one and two.
Okay.
That's my early prediction.
Well, the good thing about France, in my opinion, others might not feel this way, but I feel like France is one of those where you can be slightly more aggressive because the track is so wide. There's a
Mm.
lot of runoff area, so it's low chance of DNF, in my opinion, unless you really have a spin out. So I feel like
Yeah,
turn one
it's
might
almost more
not be as bad.
forgiving.
Yeah, because you can have a runoff area to the right, and on the second turn, there's runoff area to the left. I just feel like there's a lot of mobility. There's a lot of escape roads.
Yeah, the funny feeling I've just got is this early in the game, things like setups, people aren't going to be 100% confident, maybe not optimized perfectly, and so I've
Yeah,
just got a feeling there's going to be a few too many people misjudging the breaking point in turn one, and we're going to see quite a lot of car-to-car contact. Also, there's the element of it being pre-season, so people maybe don't take it quite as seriously as first race season. Maybe pushing it that little bit harder, being that little bit riskier. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some
yeah,
contact at some point.
I can see that. People kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit more than what they otherwise would have to see how aggressive they can be, how aggressive they should be,
Hmm.
how aggressive they shouldn't be. Like I said, mistakes are going to be made. Rather make them here before the real season kicks off. Steinzap setting the fastest lap, 127.8.
Yeah, we've got a Stein
Steinzap,
1-2.
quick as always, in the new Williams livery. Looking fine as hell.
Yeah.
Steinmine, my fellow Mercedes brother for season 3. Second quickest, 128.0. This is a guy, Steinmine is a freak of nature. Season 1 starts in tier 2, super quick, near the front consistently. And then over that course of the season, just found a tremendous amount of pace. Then heads into tier 1. I think. Maybe not. Maybe it was. No, yeah, it was tier 1. And I think
Yeah.
he got promoted again to premier tier. Crazy.
Yeah.
Now he's setting it on second best position, P2. All right, there you have it. Steinzap and Steinmine, P1 and P2, current day. New reserve for the league, P3, great showing for him. Base DG, love to see it. Starting on the mediums, 128.5. A lot of pace on the mediums. We'll see what he does. Renee in the Red Bull, P5, FRL Charlie, P6, Bronco, P7, T Mike, P8, Tambar, 9, and Mandrel, P10. Rounding out your top 10. This is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be a great race. So many new names. I'm gonna have to try and get used to who drives for who at this point. But yeah, some really good pace up front. So I imagine it's going to be really competitive, and it'll be interesting whether base starting on those mediums gives him that upper edge.
Oh, shout out to Stevie the TV. Stevie the TV, if you are watching this, Sheriff Shafter and I have a little bit of a bet going on as to where you were from. And I just want you to know, I knew you were from India, but Sheriff Shaft over here thought you were in the middle of BFE Russia, so you might want to have a chat with him after.
I'd like to plead ignorance. Uh, it was a shot in the
uh,
dark,
for
and
those
I
unaware, Stevie the TV, his race time is like, what did we say? 11 hours? No, we said nine and a half
he's like not.
hours
Yeah,
ahead of Eastern Standard Time in the U.S., which is crazy. But yeah, we were wondering where he could be in the world, and we literally had to bring up a map to try to figure it out. So
I think considering how America has a name for itself for having poor geographical knowledge, I think you've done fantastically well to break that stereotype.
yeah, most people in the U.S. say there's the United States and then there's the rest of the world. So shout
I
out to
mean,
Stevie the TV.
that is technically true. there, there is the United States and the rest of the world. Uh,
All
it
right,
looks.
and
I don't know about you, but it looks very grey. I know
slightly
we had
ominous.
news. Yeah, we did have news that it was going to be a dry race, but that does not look like the sort of weather to fill you with confidence.
All right, so we'll see. We'll take. I don't know who told me that in the chat, but we'll take his word for it. Uh, who knows? Maybe the sun will peak out mid-race as they head off for the formation lap of PRL preseason test race at France. This is the premier tier. Welcome everyone that's just joining in. Again, this is Yuppie, and I'm joined by Sheriff Shaft today. We're very excited to get this race underway. Do we set weather to unaccurate? I believe so, Spollen. I believe it is set to approximate weather or whatever it's called in the settings. I don't think it's perfect weather. So everybody's bobbing and weaving down the back straight, trying to warm up those tires. It's probably cooler day out, so it might be a little bit more difficult to get the tires up to temperature, especially for the medium runners. I believe top 10, I believe it's just base.
Yeah, I think it's just base
Just
on the
base, yeah.
mediums today.
So we'll see how that plays out. Calces, I'm not sure how you say that. P16 and Tone and P17 starting on the hards. So see
I
what they can
mean,
do.
it's super. I mean, this just. I don't know. The stars have aligned for us, but we've got in first place a Williams car, in second place a Mercedes. We then got in 16th a Williams, and 17th a Mercedes.
Right.
And commentating right now, we have a Williams driver and a Mercedes driver. I mean, if
Let's go. Yes.
there's some sort of deeper meaning in there somewhere. I'm just not smart enough to know it, but
Well,
that
when
has to
you
mean
and I
something.
race here in just a bit, I hope we're P1 and P2 and not P16 and P17.
God, yeah, it's either a good thing or a bad thing. There's no middle ground. If you put in an absolute awful lap, then that's going to be bad news for me because I'm going to have to match it.
All right, we're going to ride on board with current day. Where are those lights?
Really keeping us in suspense, aren't they?
Bit unusual start. Usually it's somebody is left on that spinning circle, but I don't even see that.
There we go.
Here are the lights, and we are off. Premier Tier preseason test race at France. Current day gets a hell of a start. Already in P2, Steinzap manages turn 1 and 2 nicely. There has been contact in the back. Base DG losing positions. He's already got a time penalty. Oh, it's a hell of a move by Base G doing the dive. Switch cameras real quickly to broadcast. I think everybody's managed it nicely. Kelsey's making up positions.
We got T-Mike's lost his front wing, falling
T-Mike
back.
losing his... Yeah, you're right. He falls all the way down the order. All right. The winners, I think Kelsey's making up a lot of positions. That's really good for him because he's on the hard tires. Renee making up a few positions, I think, if I'm looking at the...
I don't know about you, but my heart was in my mouth throughout that entire first sector. It felt like it was on the edge of something massive, but we've only really had minor contacts somehow. That was crazy.
Yeah, just minor contacts. Like I said, I think this track is a little bit more forgiving. A lot of space to move around, so I think it should be the perfect preseason test race to allow some drivers to make some moves. So we're on board with Renee as he's P4 in this line of cars.
Yeah, the big
lap
losers.
one.
The big losers from that first lap, you have to say, are FRL Charlie and Base. There must have been some sort of contact between the two of them. Base getting a 5-second penalty for contact. FRL Charlie looked like he got some damage and unfortunately got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. Whereas on the other end of things, as you mentioned, the big winners, Kelsey's has gone up 3, IFR Fruitful and the McLaren's gone up 4, and Bradley in 8th position, qualified 12th, has also gone up 4 positions. So a big shift of movement from that opening lap.
Yeah, for sure.
You've also got 4 cars who have pitted from that first lap. So FRL Charlie,
yeah, I was just about to say. I was a little confused, but yeah.
Turin and T-Mike have all jumped in the pits, so they will need to be having the race of their life if they're going to make up any positions here today.
Yep. And all of them put on faster tires. FRL Charlie now on the soft compound. Maddie, Tone, and T-Mike on the mediums.
Tell you what, they're probably also praying for a safety car at this point, so...
Yeah, your prediction and lap 1 safety car, fortunately was wrong. We're still racing here. Got a bit of a DRS train that's about to start with P1 through P4. Closely grouped together. And then at what looks like P5 all the way down to P10. Relatively close action going on.
Yeah, it's also interesting in watching Steinmine in 3rd behind the current day. Definitely looks like he's got a bit more pace in the McLaren up in front, but not quite enough to get the move done. Already a couple of times he's had a bit of a sighter down the inside. But the biggest problem for Steinmine is Renko behind is looking down him as well, so it makes it so much harder trying to get a move done when you're having to defend at the same time. So these front 4, I imagine, are going to be in for a lot of activity this race.
Yeah, as we already see Renee picking up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. It's going to be easier to pick those up. Like you said, France, it's easy to go wide here. Also, probably people are going to be making a little bit more mistakes as they get used to the new game. Renee's chomping at the bit to make this move on Steinmine. He's got a lot of pace in the Red Bull. Let's hop on board with Fruitful as he's on the main straight, looking to make a move on Mandrill. Got the DRS open. ERS deployed, and that's move done. Nicely done by Fruitful.
Nice. Fruitful up 8 positions from the start of the race. Incredible opening laps for the McLaren.
Yeah, really good job. And that's exactly what you wanted to do starting on the mediums. You want to make up as many positions as possible, be really aggressive, making the moves, because it's all about track positions when you start on mediums. As he's already got DRS on Bronco, he's going to be making up spots. Bronco 1.5 seconds back from base DG, so he's going to have to put up a hell of a defense on what will now be older softs, as it looks like he almost lost the rear end there. Let's see if Fruitful makes a move down this back straight. It's going to be tight going into this sweeping turn. Oh, gets the move done at 190 miles an hour. Nicely done by Fruitful.
It's not every day you see a McLaren overtaking a Haas in the middle of a race.
Very true, very true. Alright, looks like Renee gets the move done on Steinmine. We missed that. But Steinmine's still in DRS range.
These two fighting is super good for the front two, Current Day and Steins out. As you said, Current Day's just gone into the lead. But first and second now, they're almost out of DRS of the Red Bull and the Mercedes. So if the squabbling doesn't end soon, they're going to potentially get cut adrift.
Yeah, as Renee picks up another 3-second time penalty. Now 6 seconds worth of penalties. He's got to be careful. It's only lap 5. You do not want to pick up any more.
Yeah.
Does Renee get DRS for the car in front of him? He does. He survives another lap. Steinmine's going to want to get that position back.
And it looks like Steinzap's gone for the move down into sector 3 and gets it done. So it's a back and forth between Steinzap and the Current Day. The Current Day with a brilliant race so far. As we've mentioned already, he's a reserve for Premier Tier, only recently joined the league, and he is absolutely killing it right now.
And I just missed it. Yeah. Steinmine had a moment, falls down the order, loses 5 positions. He's now in P7. It looked like coming out of that chicane out of the back straight. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was contact or just lost the car.
Also, whilst we were talking as well, T-Widows jumped into the pits early, so can only assume he must have got a bit of damage causing him to jump in this early. We've also got the Red Bull. Renko's jumping into the pits as well onto fresh soft, so he too must have gotten some damage, I imagine, during that moment that he said Steinmine losing it. Those two must have had a bit of contact. Steinmine actually probably getting away the better of the two, only losing 4 positions.
Steinzap goes a little wide. I don't know. For these soft runners, I'm not sure if you're not looking to extend, I think that you want to pit lap 6. They might be trying to pit early to execute an undercut. So we'll see. As we just watch Current Day get Steinzap on the back straight with DRS. Now in P1.
I feel like even lap 6 is too early though, because especially if you go and say soft to softs, that leaves you 15 laps on the mediums, which is it just doesn't feel like the optimal way to go about it. There's surely much more life in those softs that you can use to not leave yourself so high and dry for the end of the race. So I'll be surprised if that is a part of their strategy. It feels like it must have been some sort of contact during the race. I would hazard a guess.
Current Day heading into the pits. Let's see what tire he puts on. He gets 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane. Just a reminder for those that are new to our league, we do not have pit assist on, so need to be cognizant of braking before the pit line.
Yeah, we've seen a few penalties for speeding already, which tells me these guys are still not fully comfortable with their setups, not fully comfortable with the braking points yet, which is perfectly normal at this early stage of a new game, but definitely something they're going to want to work on before next week, because that is a super easy penalty to avoid.
As we saw Current Day pit, he's putting on another set of softs. Steinzap, provisional P2 at the moment, putting on the mediums, so we'll see how this plays out for the rest of the race. Renee getting another 3 seconds, now up to 14 seconds worth of penalties. Makes the move on Kels. Current Day's looking to make the move. Doesn't get it done. Backs out. Probably smart move. He's going to want to look to pass as soon as possible. Looks like he got the move done on the second back straight. So there you have it. Time penalties are aplenty on lap 7. There's only a few drivers that don't have one.
I'm excited to see how it's going to be at the end of the race because, I mean, we're nowhere near halfway through.
No,
we've got so many.
As we talk about time penalties, Calces picks up 3 seconds. So this, I mean, if Sainz keeps it clean, keeps it consistent, he's looking good. I'm assuming he's going to be going for the soft, medium, soft. I don't think he'll try to extend these mediums. I think he pit too early. So I think he's signed up for 2-stop. So it's all about him not getting time penalties.
We got another one. T Mike's joined the club with a 3 seconds.
Welcome, T Mike. It's all right. Just keep your head down. A lot of people around you have 3 seconds and even more. So, as we're on board with Steinzap, gets move done under braking. Nice move by Steinzap. So Red Bull spun out. That's Renee off track. Re-enters the track safely. Reminds me that ghosting is off this season. So for drivers watching and perhaps in other tiers, just want to be careful. This season, ghosting's off. That's the first for PRL. So when you re-enter the track, be sure to check your mini-map, check your full map for drivers around you before you come back on.
That is a very good point, and it's not that I want someone to fall really far back in the grid, but I do kind of want to see a blue flag situation and see how people deal with it. So I kind of want someone to have a bit of a nightmare of a race and get laps in the politest way possible.
Yep. It could be possible. Lap 9 and let's see where T Mike is. 47 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah.
And then let's see.
He's 2/3 of the way to getting lapped, so it is possible. We'll see. The P1, P2, P3 right now have not hit yet. At least it doesn't look like it. Current Day looking to get the move done in the chicane. Unbelievable. I've not seen that done before. Nice overtake. All right, that's your provisional P1. Current Day, the reserve driver for the McLaren, having a hell of a start to the race. Steinzap in the provisional P2, about 5 seconds behind Current Day, but he's on the medium tires, so this race is going to play out over the next 17 laps, so stay tuned. Yeah. Oh, Fruitful, welcome. Another 3 seconds, my friend. We love to see it.
Let's take a gander at time penalties. Renee with the most, 17 seconds. He's had a few track limits, more than a few. I think that's several 3 seconds and 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane. And Boaz, Steinzap, Bronco, Mandrill, T Widow, and Steinmine. No 3 seconds yet.
Bronco is on for a great finish as it stands. With so many cars in front of him falling behind. As soon as the race finishes, we're going to have such a massive shuffle of positions. It's going to be almost impossible to predict. I'm excited to see just who can make the most of those time penalties and get some free places. It's becoming so much more valuable as this race goes on to keep it clean, even if it sacrifices your lap time and maybe damages your tyres that little bit more. If you can stay through this race, Bradley, another 3 seconds. God, this is more than even I expected. This is crazy.
That's where you caught the overtake done by Matty Player on Steinzap.
Tambour 8 with 3 seconds.
Oh, but Steinmein's looking to claim the position back. This Matty goes a little wide. Oh, this is a race going on. We're on board with Steinmein. Closest battle on track at the moment.
Oh, he gone for the dive down into the final corner. He will have the worst exit, but if he's got the ERS, which he does, yeah, he gets it done. Nice move there from Steinmein.
Yeah. Let's run on board with Matty, looking at the Aston Martin livery. Looking mighty fun. Let's go on board with Renee. He's gaining ground on Calcis in front of him. Yeah, Grack, what is current day on? Needs to slow down. I agree. Guy is super quick.
He needs to be careful as well. If he maintains his pace too much in his reserve opportunities, he might fall into the Jer effect where he's too good for the league. This is a great showing for a debut.
Right. We have a separate tier called the current day tier, where it's just him, and we watch him do some time trial laps.
Just him and Jer, just first and second every race.
Right.
As we used to. Bradley getting another 3 seconds.
Steinzap getting the move done on Boaz. He needed that because now it's all about gaining as much time on current day as his soft tires start to wear out. It's about a 6-second difference, 8-second difference.
Yeah, also a massive shout out to Fruitful in the McLaren, currently P2, on the mediums that he started with. Got loads of clean air, not getting in any sorts of hassle, and he has propelled himself up a good, I think, 11, 12 positions.
Yeah.
Definitely starting outside the top 10, and he is really having a great race. And alongside the current day, this is looking like a fantastic afternoon for the McLaren team.
Yeah, so he has yet to pit. I'm assuming when he does, he'll try to go on hards. He might pit this lap. We'll see. Nope, going on for another lap, but assuming when he does pit, he'll come out right around P7. But yeah, great start to the race for him.
It'll be interesting to see when these mediums do pit eventually, whether they go into a medium hard or whether someone can fulfill my pre-race challenge and try and eke these mediums out for a good 16 laps or so and try and go onto those softs. As you say, it'll be hard to do, but I think someone, especially like Base, I think he's got it in his locker to nurse these tyres to a medium soft one stop. Almost praying that he does.
We're on board with Bronco and Mandrill as they battle it out for P8. Trying to hit all those angles for you guys watching. Thanks for tuning in. As they go down the back straight. Still not able to get the move done. Mandrill will be looking to try to catch him on the main straight, so we'll stay on board with him as this is the closest battle on track. Yeah, Mandrill gaining so much time on Bronco. Not sure. Let's check the tire life.
Oh, and we've had a big crash with Steinmine. Sorry to distract you whilst you were having a look there. But I don't know if it was with Bradley, but I just caught a glimpse of Steinmine and Bradley coming through the
Safety car.
long right-hander. Oh, and Tuan has just... I don't know if you caught that on the live stream. Tuan in the other Mercedes there saw the safety car as he was turning in that final right-hander and decided to cut straight across the off-track lines and made it, to be fair to him. So he gets that free pit stop.
There you go. And I didn't catch it. I don't know what happened, but they were way off track. So it might have been a big shunt. I don't know. They hit one another or what happened, but.
Oh, so Steinmine and Bradley, I assume there was contact. It was coming out of the looping right-hander. I don't know what turn that is. 10, 11, somewhere around there. And they were on the right-hand side. So from the looks of it, I imagine there was maybe a bit of oversteer for one of them, a bit of contact, and they were both in the wall. So they've been fighting for a while. A bit of a shame to end their pre-season race this early. But we do see that safety car.
Oh, his current day gets 5 seconds. Oh, no. That's 10 seconds worth of time penalties. Stein's at still none. But check out Fruitful. Pits under safety car.
Wow. Fruitful is loving life right now. He's onto the hard, so he is set. Oh, did he cross the white line? Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. Oof. Heart was in my mouth for a second there. But yeah,
Look
he's set now for the rest of the race.
Now P1.
Wow. Yeah.
You could not get any more lucky, Fruitful.
No, and Base has gone onto the softs. So, as long as he does not pit, Base, you are a legend. You are fulfilling my request. He's gone from the mediums. He's gone onto the softs. And he will have a huge pace advantage from Fruitful. As it stands, Base is in the driving seat for P1 today.
We'll see. We'll see. He got the one stop done, medium to soft. I'll give you that. But how many laps are we going to do under safety car? Maybe 2 more? And then you've got another 10 laps to go.
Yeah,
that's a lot of laps.
Yes, Base. You can do 10 on the softs. You got this, man.
I don't know.
I mean, this is the one situation where you kind of are not completely satisfied that you've started on the mediums, because this is a perfect safety car to jump onto the mediums. The mediums are the perfect tyres, but obviously if you started on those mediums, you need to have a change of tyre throughout the race, so you can't stay on them. So
right,
it's kind of one of those situations where you have to choose either the risky soft strategy or the massive loss of pace strategy of the hard tyres.
Right.
It's a tough call. And
if you put on the hard tires like Fruitful has, it's very difficult to warm tires up in this 2021 game. So we're not seeing... Oh, he's pitting again.
He's pitting again. Oh, and
he gets 5 seconds doing it. No. Oh,
and Base is pitted as well. Why is Base pitting? Is he pitting back onto the mediums?
What is going on? They must know something we don't. I don't know what's going on. They just gave up track positions to put on the mediums.
I'm sure those... Oh, Base, you've absolutely killed it for me. I was so excited to see you try and nurse those softs to the end.
Fortunately for you, you don't have to take anyone out for dinner, as everyone has... Let's look at the pit stop.
That this is just a case of they took a lap out on another tyre compound so that they could finish the race on these mediums. But I mean this is a pre-season race, so maybe there's just some sort of mentality of I just want to practice some laps, I'm not really worried about race position. But as far as the race strategy is concerned, you have to think that track position is so much more powerful here than
Right.
that change of
Yeah.
tire.
I mean, now P10 and P13 took me a second to find base DG because he's fallen so far down the order. I mean, that was P1, P2. Now they have to make up so much ground.
And now we have Boaz is the big winner here. He's up from 14th, 14th to 3rd. And Kalsis, who we saw starting in 16th position at the start of the race, is up to 6th. So the two big winners so far in this race. And Kalsis on the mediums easily get to the end. Boaz on those hards, as we've mentioned, will struggle a lot with pace, but can also easily get to the end of the race. All of these cars now are on mediums or hards, so providing we have no more safety cars and no more incidents, this is likely to be the final pit stop for everyone. So it will be interesting. This is kind of going to become a final, almost like 25% shootout. It's a 11 lap race, 10 lap race.
Man, I would have loved to see it. I would have loved to see it base, to see you extend those softs, but we'll have to see. We'll have to look for what went through your mind as you determined your race strategy. But we're on probably what will be the last lap on safety car as Tambar is still making his way around. Got 2 more drivers pitting. Fruitful again pitting. Maybe there's some sort of issue. I don't quite understand what he's doing. Very odd.
No, yeah, we got very odd. Maybe he just keeps choosing the wrong tire as he goes into the pits. I mean, we've all done it before.
What does he want to put on? The intermediates? I don't understand.
Maybe the softs. That's my best guess, is that he's this whole time wanting to jump onto the softs, but keeps accidentally putting on the wrong tire. It's the only thing I can...
I mean, well, yeah, he's in a better position now because he's on the soft tire. He was basically at the back of the grid after that first stop. So he's still in the back of the grid, but now he's on the faster tire with what will probably be 10 more laps, as I believe safety car will be heading into the pits. So we will see. But very odd sequence of events. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I have no idea. We've had more pit stops under this safety car than we have the rest of the race. I've given up trying to guess the strategy of these guys. It must be a case of either errors or, I don't know, just practice for the pit crew. I've no idea.
Right. We'll see. We'll see what he says in the Premier chat on Discord after the race. But as we watch Steinzap back up the pack, still trying to heat up his tires. Let's get rid of the clutter on the camera feed. We'll go on board with current day in the McLaren. So go around the last turn before putting the pedal to the metal. Steinzap is off, and we are back to racing. Gets a little bit of a jump on current day.
Oh, they get a massive jump on Boaz on the hards. Boaz now going to be under attack from Renko, and Renko doesn't quite get the move done, but does he get the move? No, he doesn't get the move done. But yes, Steinzap and current day have jumped away from the rest of the pack there.
Oh, Renee gets so close to the gearbox of the Alfa Romeo in front of him as T Widow retires.
Oh, T Widow, he must have had an incident. And is that?
Oh, I wonder what happened.
Looks like Matty. Has Matty got some damage? Matty looks okay. Chuan looks okay. Yeah, I don't see any other damage around the pack, so that must have been just lost traction himself. Maybe with a DNF that quick, I can only assume it was straight into the wall, so coming out of turn 2, maybe lost a bit of traction, maybe a bit of contact. Really unlucky though for T Widow on his Premier debut.
Yeah, unfortunate for T, but we're on board with Bronco now as he's trying to nip at the heels of Boaz in front of him. He's on the faster tire compound. Let's see what he can do on the main straight. He's got a full battery, deploys some of it, as I believe DRS will be enabled here in the next lap or so. Mandrill and Tambar head into the pits. Matty Player into the pits. They must have received wing damage.
And that's another 5 seconds. Add that to the list. So wait, as it stands, am I right in saying every single driver currently driving, excluding Steinzap and Boaz, has at least 3 seconds?
Nope, you got it absolutely right. So Steinzap in P1, no time penalties. It's fair to say, even if he does get 3 seconds, he still will be on for the lead because current day has 8 seconds worth of time penalties behind him.
And wow, and as it stands, therefore, Boaz currently in P4 battling against Bronco for 4th position. He qualified 14th. He's currently on for a P2 finish.
Yeah, because current day has 8 seconds worth of time penalties and Renee has 12 seconds. So yeah. Boaz just has to make sure he keeps pace. And he's on for at least a podium, maybe P2.
This is crazy. Genuinely have no idea what the grid is right now. It feels like anyone can finish anywhere. Because we even see things like Kelsey's got 17 seconds in P6. So
yeah, that's quite a bit.
he's dropping. Yeah, he's dropping down to 11th as it stands. As we see DRS enabled with 7 laps to go. I mean, if this is what Premier Tier is going to be offering us in the following season for Season 3, then I am very excited.
It's just so juicy. It's so juicy. I love commentating on Premier Tier.
Oh,
as Renee gets another one.
Seconds.
Oh my god.
Wow. This is chaos.
Boaz goes wide.
Oh.
Those hard tires. This is move done by Bronco here on the main straight, or excuse me, the back straight. DRS open, ERS deployed, gets it done. Nice job by Bronco. Waiting for his moment, gets the move done.
Yeah, Kaus is also during that having a bit of an incident in Sector 1, falling down to P11. Fruitful also getting another 3-second time penalty. And Base is slowly making his way up.
10 seconds? 10 seconds?
He DNF'd. I think that was a disqualification, I would guess, because he was already on 17. So I think plus the 10 seconds, he would have been disqualified. But it's showing on my graphic right now as DNF.
It's showing DNF.
He was just on the main straight. He didn't crash. He didn't.
I've never seen a 10-second corner cutting penalty. That's insane. Oh, Tambar goes, skips the chicane entirely, creates his own chicane.
And yeah.
Oh, everybody, they're all dropping like flies.
Oh, this is crazy. I'm loving this. I mean, if this was the first race of the season, I think I'd be going from kind of entertained to what the hell, like the lack of professionalism. But yeah, this is pre-season. Just anything goes.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say, to be honest. As Steinzap is showing what he's made of, showing why he's a Premier Tier driver. Been a masterclass of a race for him, showing the pace, showing how clean he can be, getting overtakes done, and staying out of the steward's room and getting no time penalties.
I think it might be quicker at this stage for the stewards just to send everyone up.
Right.
Rather than feed them through. Boaz also still on for a P2 finish as it stands, with so many penalties in front of him. Mandrill has also served his time penalty in the pits, so we've we've now gone from 2 to 3 clean drivers currently on the track.
It is pretty entertaining watching this battle between Steinzap and Current Day. If I'm Current Day, yeah, I've got 8 seconds, but I still want to beat you on track.
Yeah, you're never going to really get P1. There's no real chance of getting 8 seconds ahead of Steinzap at this stage of the race. So, yeah, you're just kind of thinking, let me win on track. That'll be a good afternoon, good day's work if you can get that move done. And he's got a bit of ERS to play with as well. So, if he can really manage the end of this race, he's got a great opportunity, of finishing on track in P1.
Yeah, and Steinzap, Current Day, both on 7-lap old tires, so it really is about your own ability, how quick you can be. Man, what a race. We've had 6 DNFs, a lot of corner cutting, a lot of track limits. We had
This
one
feels
safety
like
car.
It's almost like a wet weather race without the wet weather.
Right, yeah.
If you'd showed me this kind of grid at the end with this many penalties, this many DNFs, I would have just told you point blank, oh, I mean, that was clearly torrential rain. It's the only possible explanation. But we have not seen a single drop. It's been dry as a bone the whole race.
Yeah, but we called it. And again, we've been saying it all race. It's preseason testing. It's a new 2021 game. Drivers are still getting a feel for it. They've built a lot of muscle memory around a certain driving style in 2020, which is very different than 2021. And they've got nothing to lose today. So
yeah, definitely. It's a good opportunity to just get some practice in, get some laps in, get those hands warm, getting used to the new game. And Turan adding an extra 3 seconds. He's up to 12 now. We have got four drivers with over 10 seconds. Renko getting another 3 seconds, up to 18. He must be close to a disqualification at this stage with 18 seconds.
To be honest, I have no idea how many it takes to get disqualified. I don't think I've ever got more than 6.
I don't know. I don't know if it is time or more a case of individual
incidents?
Time penalties.
Incidents.
It's a good question, though. It's a good one to be. Well, I'd say it's a good one to be aware of. But if you're at the stage where you've got 18 seconds, I think just a general policy of assume the worst if you get some more.
Heck of a race going on between Current Day and Steinzap. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah, these two got great pace today. Really.
Did I just see Renee pick up another one, or was that from earlier?
No.
May have been from earlier.
Yeah, still on 18. T Mike and Charlie as well in 6th and 7th, fighting neck and neck, having a bit of a tussle. Good racing going on between those two guys.
So we see Tone had a moment coming out of the first chicane there, coming back on track. Still, if I'm Tone, I started last, and now I'm P8. So I chalk that up to a good day in the office.
Yeah, P8. Doesn't matter how many finish. P8 is still P8.
That's what the books will say at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, with this many time penalties, he can probably finish anywhere across the grid, I imagine, at this rate. I'm interested to see where the Red Bull Renko, where he actually finishes at the end of this race. With 18 seconds, he could drop many places.
So the problem is, Renee will fall back to P8, if I'm doing that right. Um,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
I'm
you're
doing that
right.
right. And then Boaz will finish P3. Yeah, P3.
Yeah, P3 sounds about right.
This Tone, DNFs.
Yeah,
I
this
think,
guy's just DNFing in the pits now.
that's a
It's gonna be good.
shame. If I'm Tone, I'm in the top 10. Might as well finish.
Yeah, I mean at this stage,
I mean, you got 3 laps
preseason
left.
race.
What's the?
Maybe just thinking if I can finish this race early, I might be able to get back to the hotel before the stewards call for me. I don't have to face the
Right.
music for all of these time penalties.
Finish this race as soon as possible so I can go grab a beer and forget
Yeah,
this
yeah.
all ever happened.
Current day still on the back of Steinzap, really keeping him honest here with coming up to the penultimate lap. Well, no, yeah, penultimate lap of the race. So it'd be interesting to see where the current day. I'm sure he would desperately want to finish it in P1 on track. So it'll be interesting to see whether he's able to get that move done. He has been within DRS for a while now, and so just needs to get a good exit out of. God, what's that? 3, 4. Out of turn 6, is it? Turn 6, you want the best exit because Steinzap is definitely there for the taking with the power of the DRS and the length of that straight. It's in his hands.
Yeah, it's been going on for the past however many laps, 10 laps or so. Steinzap just being super consistent, super quick, and
Mm.
using his battery in the most optimal way. He's now at 6%,
Oh,
but current day is at even less, 4%. So he's
and
hanging on.
Renko. Also worth noting, Renko just got another 3 seconds. He's on 21 seconds. He's so close to that disqualification at this point. And Boaz joins the crew. He gets a 5-second penalty.
I just missed it. I think there was an incident.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on his own or what happened.
So what that means though is because Mandrill served a time penalty in the pits. What it means is that Steinzap is the only car as it stands to finish the race without a time penalty this afternoon,
Well, we still
which
got
is
1 lap to go,
crazy.
so we'll see. As we're on board, as we have been for the past several laps, current day, closest battle on track. This is for on track P1, but we know at the end of the day he's going to end behind Steinzap as they enter the back straight. DRS open, ERS deployed. Steinzap still manages as they come under braking into the chicane. Ends up being ahead. Not much of a chance
Yeah.
to overtake on the back part of this track, so
No, the last chance if he can stay this close. I mean, the last corner is a chance to kind of dive in on the inside. So if he can maintain this sort of distance coming through the third sector, we could see a dive bomb into that last corner. He's going to need to get really tight to signs that through all of that dirty air, but it just doesn't seem like he's close enough, unfortunately. And it looks like we're going to see Steinzap take the win today.
as Boaz DNFs on the final lap, not sure what happened. Great race by Steinzap. There is your winner. Masterclass drive by Steinzap. Really well done. Current day, P2. And Renee missing a front right tire. Falls down. Oh boy, falls down the order. Bronco hits him. Bronco now P3. T-Mike P4. Does Renee fall down anymore? No, I don't think he does.
No, it's just Matty Mandrill there, a good 30 seconds behind. So
Matthew Player gets another 3 seconds just for good measure on the final lap as he crosses the line. P7, but wait for it. Wait for it.
Mandrill goes
Mandrill,
into P7.
P7. All right. Well. I
Wow.
can't say I expected this type of race. As Tone, driver of the day, didn't even finish, but still manages to get driver of the day. Steins
Wow.
up. He says, "Let me hear it. Let me hear it, everyone." Podium for Williams.
What a race. Yeah. Wow.
Great drive by Steins up. That's my driver of the day for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you can't give it to anyone else. Faultless, didn't make a mistake, current day behind him the whole time, and didn't get a time penalty. Just a perfect preseason race from the Williams driver.
Yeah, in current day, still, even though he had 8 seconds, still unbelievable pace. He's a reserve. Plenty of chances to move to a full time over the course of the season, but that was a really great race by current day. Bronco rounding out the podium. P3. Honestly, I can't even remember where he was before he got P3, but great drive from him nonetheless. Wow, insane race. But there you have it. Premier Tier preseason test race at France. Performance Racing League. Thank you all for joining. This is Yeppy and Sheriff Shaft. We will catch you all for round 1 at Bahrain, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Next week. So we will catch you all then.